Hey guys, this is Tanza Franklin, TanzaFranklin.com, featuring Tea with Tanza. But guys, today it's OMG Women Rock segment, and I want to talk to all the ladies out there on today. I want to talk about your pads on today. For those of you who don't know anything about your pads, know this on today, that you're actually using pads that's very harmful to your health. And so with that said, you know, a lot of you are developing different illnesses or different symptoms. And some of these symptoms may be something like incontinence. You know, you're developing fibroids. Some of you have some very heavy bleeding. There's a name for that. Did you know that, guys? There's a name for that, for your heavy flow. Also, your pads. These pads, you know, these pads you use every month are also causing ovarian cancer, cervical cancer, and some of you have also witnessed that you have had ovarian cysts. Otherwise known also, we talk about fibroids, right? So in a lot of cases, women are also developing miscarriages. Did you know that? Now, for a lot of women, that time of the month, most of us all go through it. You go through mood changes. And did you understand that some of that is caused by this? So today what I want to do, ladies, I want to do a demonstration of the pads that you're using and of the new pads that they have out right now called Cherish pads. The Cherish pads are actually the Now We Know campaign. Once you know to do better, then you will begin to do better. So look at this pad here. A lot of these pads, you know about these pads, they're normally opened. They're open. And so a lot of you will put these pads in your purse. You'll put them in your bag. And then what happens? You get coins and different debris get caught up in the pads, and you open it up and you get ready to use it. And what do? You kind of shake it off, right? Let me shake that off, because you don't want to put this inside of your panties. So here, I'm going to show this right now. One thing I do want to say about these pads, if you knew this or not, this rubber right here, this glue, is actually an industrial glue. Did you guys know that? But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it here on the counter for my demonstration. Just going to spread it out here, okay? And my lovely assistant here, she's going to take this for me. Then I'm going to show you the Cherish pad. Look at the Cherish pad. Can you tell that there's no opening? There's actually no opening to this pad. So I already have a pad open. So we're going to use the demonstration and put that on the counter as well right now. So I'm going to put that on the counter. My lovely assistant. And just going to put it down here on the counter, guys. So please forgive me. I'm doing the best that I can. But you know what? I'm TanzaFranklin.com, and I always want to bring some awareness to our ladies, right? So I'm just actually laying it side by side. So what gynecologists normally say, they say we excrete about, I think, 50 to maybe 150 liters of women flow per month, I believe it is. But I'm going to use this. I have some simulated blood here, guys. It's just simulated. It's not real blood, okay? I just want to let you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit. I'm going to try to use about 50 milligrams and pour it on the pad. On pad, the one that you use every month, okay? Let me make sure I use enough. So put a little bit more on there, just a little bit. So remember, this is only, guys, I know it's red, but it's only simulated, okay? Only simulated. Then I'm going to put some on the Cherish pad, okay? Let's make sure that that's about 50 milligrams. I think so. Okay, so here, with that said, we both have side by side, right, guys? So what I'm going to do is to show you, to let you know that these pads are super absorbent. They're very super absorbent, okay? And they will hold at least 30 times the liquid that's normally used. So I'm going to use just it's just basic tissue, facial tissue, guys, okay? And I'm going to put it here on pad number 1 and pad number 2. And what I'm going to do is I want my trusted, my Vanna White, my Vanna White, she's going to actually pat down the pads. I want you to pat them down as hard as you can. As hard as you can. Okay, so now she's patted them, right? And look what we just saw. Now just imagine that the pads that you use, and this is what happened with the pad that you normally use. And we're talking about absorbency, okay? So do you see that, guys? And then look at pad number B. You see that? Come and feel this. Come and feel this. Feel this right here. And feel that one right there. Is this dry? Does it feel dry to you?
Okay, so my hand is completely dry right now. And if I wipe this, my hand is still completely dry.
And what it feels dry, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
This one, you could tell by looking at this that it's wet. Guys, this is actually what you are using every month. So imagine now, this is the top layer of your pad, right? And what's mixed in with the top layer? There's urine, there's blood, and then what the pads are actually made out of, the chemicals that's used, what they're using is actually recycled materials. And out of this recycled materials is dioxide. And dioxide is a chemical that they use during an industrial process. So imagine this. You have this in your pad sitting inside of your panties. And what's happening? This is a layer for bacteria. Now bacteria is set up and going back into your vagina, causing these different ailments that you go through every month. And guys, did you notice that? My assistant said this is very dry. It's very dry to the touch. We're going to let the cameraman, she's actually filming. Feel that, camera lady, and tell me, what do you feel? Does it feel dry?
Yeah, it does actually.
And see, guys, imagine you're wearing this pad that now both assistant
Feels very wet.
and the camera person
Like a wet diaper.
said that, like a wet diaper.
Wet diaper.
So if you're excreting so much liquid and it feels like a wet diaper, this is what you're actually using every month. You're using it within your pad. So what happens for a lot of you, because there's so much liquid and it feels like a wet diaper, you're changing your pads excessively throughout the day. But here with the Cherish pads, because it absorbs so much liquid, you don't even have to use that many pads during a day. But guess what, guys? During your cycle, during your time of using pads, you're going to use thousands of these pads. And this is what you're experiencing like every month. And for some of you, you're excreting a little bit more because you may have heavier flow bleeding, right? So guys, I just wanted to do this. I really wanted to do this a sample here to show you this demonstration of the Cherish pad versus the regular pad. So this is what I want to do now. Assistant, get me 2 of those glasses, the little glasses that you guys use, and I want you to fill it up halfway with water. So what she's going to do, my assistant's going to fill up 2 glasses with water, guys. And you're going to really see an extension of the absorbency between pad 1 and pad 2, the Cherish pad, okay? And I want you all to know, I want to read some other, I had just wrote a list down for those of you. Go ahead, you can speak to me, go ahead.
What brand is this pad?
This pad is an always pad, guys.
Always overnight flow.
Always overnight. So you know with that always overnight, you can sit in here, assistant. So with that overnight, guys, you know a lot of you need to wear 2 pads sometime because of the excessive flow. But I have water here, and I'm gonna show you some absorbency. But for those of you, a lot of ladies know about endometriosis. I went and got tested for that, but let me give you my testimony. And it's not a good testimony, but I literally was having excessive excessive amounts of cramping every month. And then it got to a point where I was cramping before, during, and then after my cycle. So it got very extreme, guys. And I wish I would have known about these pads then. I wouldn't have the issue that I'm having now, and that is I don't have a cervix anymore because I had to have my womb removed. Okay, but let's talk about some of the things that these pads are causing, and not just your cancers, not just the fibroids, not the heavy bleeding, but some of you yeast infections. You know how you say, oh my God, I got a yeast infection. Terrence, I'm not getting a yeast infection during my cycle, but you may notice it before or after because of all the chemicals that's in the pad. They have entered into your vaginal wall and they're causing havoc on your system. So you may discover yeast infections, continence, bacterial vaginosis, breast cancer. Oh my God, breast cancer. Are you serious? Extended flow, heavy bleeding, mood changes, which I mentioned that already. And for a lot of you, you're so familiar with the toxic shock syndrome, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, because these pads are actually made from chemicals. So I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you the top layer. I'm going to try to tear this open for you as best as I can. And so then you got this top layer, right? And look at this here. We're talking about chemicals that they use. This is supposed to be a protection before you even got to where the real absorbency is supposed to take place. So let me kind of just roll this on through, right? Look at that. That's awful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the water so you can see the absorbency, okay? Pad 1. And then while that's doing what it does, look at this. We talking about a plastic bag. Look at that. This is what you're wearing inside your panties. Nothing can get through here, which means nothing can breathe. That's why bacteria sets up, because there's no this is the breeding ground right here. The chemicals that's being released through the pad. Okay, guys? So I'm just going to kind of put this over here to the side, and I'm going to show you the Cherish pad. So I'm going to open this one up, okay? And actually these pads, guys, are actually made from 5 to 7 layers. I believe it's 7. But look, y'all see that strip, guys? And look at this. You see this? It's tissue. You see that? It's cotton. Remember, guys, when we were younger, a lot of you may remember, we used to use those pads with the little stirrup in our panties. They were pure cotton. You didn't hear about a lot of women going through the changes like we do today because they were using real cotton sanitary pads. And now, see, this has a strip, guys, in here. This is a strip, and this is actually called a negative ion strip. In nature, this is what you call one of the good vitamins of the atmosphere. Okay, so we're talking about when it's rain after it rains, or if you ever went to a waterfall, you know what I'm saying, you go by the pool and there's a sense of wellness, a sense that you feel like, oh, I feel so much better because it's a negative ion in the atmosphere. We're positive and this is negative. So you could take this right now and you could put this in your shoe. If you wanted to, you're having some issues, put it inside your shoe. You had a hard workout and put it on your back. You'll feel the ions in the strip would pull out some of the pain in your back. So remember I talked about the absorbency. We took pad number 1. So I'm going to take pad number 2, which is our Cherish. And I'm going to roll this out the best way I can. And I'm going to put it in the same amount of water as 1. Okay? And while that's doing what it does, we're going to show you this pad, the bottom. It's also made out of tissue. There's 3 strips on back of here, which allows breathing to come through. And because it's made out of cotton, guys, look at this. Y'all see that? Did y'all see pad number 1? Let's go back to pad number 1. Look. Y'all see I'm fighting with this? I can't even I can't even rip it apart because this is plastic. We're talking about you're wearing a garbage bag within your panties. I know you like Tanza, that's a little bit deep, but this is what it's made out of. The manufacturers are creating these pads out of recycled industrial trash. We're talking about newspapers. We're talking about magazine. We're talking about wood chips. And this is what happens. When they create it, then what they do is they combine it and they bleach it. That's why it's white. Y'all get that? But we're talking about Cherish. And so I tore it in half already. This is all cotton. Look at that. Y'all see that? Do y'all see that? It's cotton. It's not plastic. So you're going to have better absorbency. As a matter of fact, you're going to have excessive amount of absorbency. You're going to be able, well, your vagina will be able to breathe because the product is made out of cotton, okay? And so you have your ion strip, which is going to help a lot of you dealing with fibroids, your mood is off every month. It's going to cut down or eliminate your menstrual flow. It's going to eliminate or cut down your cramping. How cool is that, right, guys? So I wanted to just go on further and want my trusted assistant to throw this in the garbage, because I want to show you guys this absorbency. So remember guys, I put this in first. Remember I put this in first, guys, and I use our Cherish. Now look at this side-by-side comparison. We're talking about the absorbency of the regular pad. Y'all see that? Look at that. It's still, look at all of that. Y'all see that? Look at that. And now here's our Cherish. It's actually, come on sis, I want you to see what it feels like. Look at that. Y'all see that? Nothing's dripping. Feel that. It feels like a gel-like, doesn't it? And see, this is what they use in baby diapers, guys. This is the same material they use in the diapers to help the babies stay drier. And so y'all see that? I put this in secondly, not firstly. Put this in secondly, and this is what we get from the Cherish pads. This shows you the absorbency rate. How cool is that, right, guys? So I just wanted to show you that today. Wanted to show you about the Cherish pads. And you see these pads, guys, they have panty liners. They have the regular brand and the night pads. If you want to know more about the Cherish pads, the testimonials, go to YouTube. Look up Cherish pads, Inspire Now You Know campaign. Look at the testimonials from the women who are actually using these pads. And you'll be so glad once you get your pads. So you guys reach out to me and get your pads today. So with that said, I'm Tanza Franklin with Tea with Tanza, featuring Tea with Tanza, and my tribe, OMG, Women Rock. So good night, everybody. Bye.